Okay, Bones, that's enough music. I'm here. Yes, I'm in my very cool shirt. So, because yes, I am cool. It's not as cool here as it is in other parts of the country. It is, however, raining. We have an owner of hard rain, and the internet's been funky. In fact, our satellite TV has been a little wonky because of the weather. So I'm gonna hold it to a short show tonight. It's just going to be me, so there's no guest. I'm going to talk about my the guest in the past and what the hopes and dreams of the future. I hope to improve this show a little bit and expand a little bit, a little bit of my presence, and go ahead and start broadcasting to more channels. I'm actually just on broadcasting to three, and then WLFE sends it up to the podcast networks, and I plan on expanding that to six later this year. Well, actually, not much later this year, but next year. It's one of my little hopes and dreams, and hopefully improve it in a few other ways. So that's some better looking banners. Look forward to working with Canva, who does our banners, and making some more and better videos as I improve my video editing, which is a weak spot with me. I'm not the best video editor in the world, and I don't enjoy doing it. Unlike a lot of other people that have podcasts. Anyway, I'm going with the show. So, Bones, go ahead and roll out the intro. Oh, I almost forgot. The music supplied is, of course, the music. This one. Music is provided by StreamYard. So they have an agreement. They do a lot of advertising on YouTube. So I've never had an issue with YouTube. Never had an issue with Facebook over the music because StreamYard provides the music. It is copyright free, or I'm not sure how StreamYard does this. It's either absolutely copyright free music or they own the copyright and allow people with a StreamYard account to use it. So the intro and exit music, if copyrighted by anybody on the planet, it is StreamYard. So don't give me a hard time about it. All right, and also any special you see, you hear. We're doing this again. Okay, I think it's the delay. I push it once and it just goes back to what it was. Anyway, probably slow internet. But yes, I do have permission to use that. I donated it to that website. If you want to use their music, go to that website and you too can have the sound effects or songs or whatever you want to use for your podcast. Anyway, go ahead, Bones, roll the intro.
Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Southern Fried Paranormal with Len Dorman featuring Bones. Catch us on Spotify, iHeart, iTunes, Spreaker, Facebook, Stream, and everywhere else you catch your podcasts. And of course, WLFE-DB.com. Now, from the backwoods of southeast Arkansas, right beside the Bayou Bartholomew, the longest bayou on the planet, broadcasting from downtown metropolitan Cane Creek Township, here is your host, Len Dorman.
Good evening, everybody. This is going to be our year ending show. I'm just going to talk about some of the past guests. I have not signed any guests for next year, so I'm also putting it out. If you are a paranormal investigator and talk about what you've done, your group wants a little recognition for what you've done, places you're going. You have an upcoming, you got a past, you got a video you want to see, some pictures you want to show off, places you're going to go in the next year, and come on the show and talk about it. We have a 2 hour show here. If you want to do an hour show, that's fine. If you want to do a 4 hour show, that WLFE does not have a show after mine. I have run 5.5 and 6 hour shows. In fact, Halloween, people remember the Halloween show. This right here. That's Bones. That was during the Halloween show. Another picture of Bones there. And our producer, Slim. But if you want to come on the show, the reason I brought the Halloween show, that was 11.5 hour long podcast. If you want to come on the show, do an hour long podcast, that's just fine. If you want to come on, do the full 2 hours, that's fine too. Whatever you want to do, we'll shut it down whenever you're ready. So if you want to advertise your book, your group, yourself, event you have, or if you own a location and you want to talk about how much it costs for people to investigate your location, we will definitely promote you, because we want all of this information out there for paranormal investigators, so they have places to go, they know who to contact and where to read their information. Because there's a lot of new groups out there that may not have the insights to this kind of information. And we're going to go immediately into some of my path. This is taken from New Orleans several years ago. I have talked about this on past shows. This is from the old French Quarter Wax Museum, which is now gone. In fact, they started sending these wax figures. This was taken on a Friday night. By Sunday afternoon, a lot of these wax figures had walked out the door where people had bought them and took them to who knows where. And there is what I think is the funniest one: Napoleon in a bathtub. Because Napoleon was supposed to come to New Orleans. There's a house there that's a restaurant, very good restaurant too, by the way, great food. The Napoleon House, where it was built by a Napoleon supporter, where he made an offer when Napoleon was exiled to come live there in New Orleans. So to kind of honor that, they made a wax figure of Napoleon in a bathtub. One of the more amusing things that I've seen in New Orleans. But this is not about me. This is about my past guests. And I will sit here and read a list of past guests. Robert Rigetti, Dan Norville, Craig Koss. You're going to hear that name a lot. Miranda, the biker girl, the paranormal biker. She has appeared on the show. And Cindy Thompson. Paranormally Blondes have appeared here. Selector Spatula has appeared. Shona Lee Anderson, Brooke Fistel, Greg Balcom, Christina Westerville. A lot of these people have their own shows, and they've appeared here. Alicia Anaya, she will be appearing later next year. She's going to be a comeback guest. Greg O'Brien from Fort Griffin, Jim Gifford, Tony Tony S. from Chicago Tours, Ernie Pack from Save Beverly Hills, Greg Costigan, Phoenix Jensen. We are going to be working on something this next year. We're going to be discussing it probably the next week or two. And we were supposed to be, I'm supposed to go and probably share a table with her at the Hot Springs event, the Gypsy Soul Holistic Fair. So we are going to be talking in the next couple of weeks about getting together and working on another project. She's also the chairwoman. Let me throw that up. She is the chairwoman for the New Orleans Fear Fest. She's the Fear Fest committee chairwoman. Fear Fest Paraconf, October 2023. If you can imagine being in New Orleans in October. Wife and I are planning on being there. Planning on probably having our own table there to appear. A lot of other shows, especially from here in this area, part of the Bayou country, is going to be there. And Phoenix Jensen is the committee chairwoman. Don't know the exact location of the Fear Fest yet, because we're talking about next October. Don't know the exact weekend, but it will be in the month of October. So Phoenix Jensen and I will be working on another project together late this coming year. Tony Smith Westorf, Chris Garcia, the psychic, Russ Shriver was supposed to appear, and he started running into issues, and he will be appearing this coming year on the show. Dale Merrick will probably be appearing again. Jessica Hardison Adams, Ash Hampton, Kelly Bogan. There is Hope Paragon and Ghost Hunt. Came in and started talking about their event. Stephanie Smith, Holly Mullins, Phoenix Jensen, of course, I already mentioned her. Dale Merrick, he did make a second appearance. Drake Stevens, RIP Paranormal, Jimmy Lee Keller, Angel Marie Contract Yarman, what a name, she appeared. And this past month, we had Lynn Monet, Greg Koss, and Jill Shelley. That's who we've had this past year. We are looking forward to having a lot of these guests back, and a lot of new people. I always look forward to meeting new people. So if anybody has not appeared on the show, the best way to contact me is through Facebook. Just send me a message. First, we got to be friends. Send me a friend request. If we're not friends, Lynn Dorman. And I'll approve the friendship request. And then you can send me a private message, and we'll make arrangements as time and date to appear on the show. You have as much time as you want to promote whatever event you're wanting to promote. Promote yourself, promote your group. See where your group is. If you're looking for members, if you're not looking for good members, you got a great team under you. If you want multiple, StreamYard allows me to have multiple guests. We could put unless you got a huge group, we could put your entire team on here and talk to your entire team. So everybody gets a little FaceTime. It's always a good thing to be a public speaker. It's a good thing to practice on these shows. And I'll offer that up. If you're a little bit afraid to speak on a TV show, podcast, that's fine. Come on, we'll give you some experience. I will be nice. I'm a nice guy most of the time. I don't bite hard. Anyway, that's about all I wanted to cover tonight. Like I said, we're having some crazy internet tonight, and there is a bowl game being played between Washington and Texas that I kind of want to see. It's the first battle between really ranked teams this year in the bowl season, and I am a bowl mania fanatic. Have been for years. On the ESPN Disney Network. So that's where I want to get back to. Get back to that game, and yes, I've only used about 15 minutes of showtime. I want to thank everybody I just mentioned, all my guests this past year, and to everybody who either appeared on the show, will appear on the show, or just watch the show. I thank you for your loyalty. I want to thank you for your friendship, and I want to thank you for appearing and supporting the show. The show will be continued, as far as I know, on WLFE radio. Right, this one is going out to Southern Fried Paranormal podcast page. It is going. I may have made a mistake and put it on my Facebook page too, but it's also going to the WLFE radio YouTube page. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not mistaken. It's going to my YouTube page also. I can only send it to 3. I want to improve that to 6, so I can send it to six locations at once. So maybe on Twitter a little bit more often. I'm only on Twitter right now with promos. I'd like to expand a lot of things, including it will be coming this spring, going into summer. Planning on making a few changes probably in May of this coming year. And with Canva, who I used to our banner, I want to go ahead and my ability to work with that company. They provide some excellent banners. So I'm going to be working with them on some of their pro stuff starting in the spring. Right now, free stuff I only work with, and I make some nice looking banners out of their free programming. So if you want to make a banner, Canva is your winch. So I want to go pro with them, and I want to go. I think they call it Pro 2 on StreamYard, and increase my visibility there. And I also want to start editing some videos. So I'll probably be using some of the video software other people have recommended to me on this show. So I started editing videos and put some 3 and 4 or 5 year old videos on my YouTube page for people to see. I don't have the viewership right now to create a pair of, what do they call that? When you have the advanced account, Paragon or whatever, yet. But maybe that'll be in 2024. But I'm not going to stop the show. I've got it set up now kind of the way I want it. We're going to do some improving. So I will be around for the next year. And God willing, the creek don't rise. Of course, I live on top of a hill. Creek rising wasn't bothering me at all. May stop me from going to the grocery store, but we do have a freezer. In fact, we got 2 of them. Anyway, have a good night. Have a happy New Year. Have the best of New Year's coming up. I hope everybody gets to do what they want to do in 2023. And the year is very good to them. I hope you find what you want if you're looking for something. I hope if you've got something you want, you get to keep it. And I would just like to see everybody I know with a big smile on their face, because 2023 has been a good year for them. Because I'm hoping it will be a good year for Gail and I. And I'll end the show by showing a picture of Gail. And everyone.
Thanks for watching our show. Be sure to tune in to next week as once again we journey way down south into Bayou Country for another heaping portion of Southern Fried Paranormal with Len Dorman and Bones. Make sure to like, share, and follow. Y'all come back now. You hear?